If you have swelling and lymphedema in your right arm, this video is for you. I'm going to show you step by step how to do a full manual lymphatic drainage routine for your right arm to decrease that swelling. I'm Dr. Alex Hill, your physical therapist for everything oncology and lymphedema. I'm a certified lymphedema therapist and I specialize in cancer rehab. Make sure to subscribe to my channel for additional videos on manual lymphatic drainage for other parts of the body. Let's get that fluid moving. Manual lymphatic drainage, or MLD, is used to help decrease the swelling from lymphedema. Before you start any new type of program, including MLD, always check with your medical provider first. The goal with MLD is always to get the fluid out of that affected area and move it back into the circulatory system. While you're doing MLD, if you feel shortness of breath, chest pain, you feel heart palpitations or fluttering, or something just doesn't feel right or you have pain, stop immediately and contact your medical provider. Finally, I'm doing this massage over my shirt for part of it, but for best results, your hands should be directly on your skin versus over your clothes. To give you an overview of the entire sequence, we're first going to start at the abdomen to stimulate those central lymphatics, then we're going to the neck, and then we're going to stimulate the lymph nodes of the left armpit and the right groin because that's where we're going to be moving that fluid to. We're then going to move the fluid across the chest and trunk, and then we'll work on the arm. For the arm, we're going to work our way all the way down and then back up. So this fluid needs to move first, get out of the way for this other fluid to move, which is why we don't start from the bottom up. As you've probably noticed, I've got some arrows on my arm and on my chest. These are to help guide you as we move through the video to help you keep track of where you should be moving that fluid. So let's get started. Regardless of where you have lymphedema, the starting point is always the same, the belly. So you're going to start with your hands at your belly button, and you're going to do this either lying down or sitting in a comfortable chair. You're going to breathe in through your nose, pause, and then slowly breathe out through your mouth. And as you breathe out, you're going to gently press into your abdomen. This helps to really stimulate that central part of the lymphatic system. But if you have pain or you're not comfortable with doing the abdominal pressure, totally fine. Just do the diaphragmatic breathing. Next, we're going to do the same breathing and pressure in 4 other places. The trunk is divided into 4 quadrants. And so we're going to do that in each of those 4 quadrants. Starting at the right lower belly, right above the hip bone, you're going to breathe in and breathe out as you give that gentle pressure. Move to the right upper abdomen. Breathe in and breathe out as you press in. You should be below the ribs, not pressing into any of the bones. We'll move to the left upper belly. Breathe in and breathe out. And breathe in. We're going to go to the left lower belly. Breathe out and press in. Great. Now that we've got the central part of the lymphatic system stimulated, we're going to move to the neck where we have lymph nodes and lymph vessels. So you're going to place the pads of your fingers right behind your collarbone in that dip. Once you have your hands in place, you're going to slowly bring your hands into a circular direction. So we're going to do this 5 to 8 times, and all the movements with MLD should be slow and intentional, so you don't want to rush it. Another way you can do this is cross your hands, and then you can do that same movement, doing those large circles right behind the collarbone. After 5 to 8 times, then we're going to move to the lymph nodes in the groin and in the armpit. So we're doing this because the lymph nodes and the lymph vessels in that right arm and the armpit region are compromised. they're not working like they should, whether it's because of a surgery when you've had lymph nodes removed, radiation, or cancer itself. So since the lymphatic system isn't able to move that fluid out of the arm, we want to move it to areas that can take that fluid up. So you're going to take your right hand with your fingers together. You're going to have your hand up overhead or just resting on your shoulder, and you're going to put your right hand in the left armpit. Using your whole hand, you're going to do 5 to 8 circles. Should be gentle but firm pressure. And after those 5 to 8 times at the left armpit, we're then going to move down to the groin. So now you're going to place your hands at the hip crease, right here, right where the hip connects. You're going to lie your hand flat. You can also put one hand over the other. And we're going to do those 5 to 8 circles at the groin. Again, we want to make sure that that movement is nice, slow, and intentional. So the last place that we'll work on the lymph nodes is at the right armpit. Even if you've had lymph nodes removed from here, you can still work on this area. So go ahead and take your left hand, place it in the right armpit, and we're going to do those 5 to 8 circles. We've got 3, 4, 5. Let's go for 8 here. 6, 7, 8. Great. So now it's time to actually start moving the fluid. So we're going to be moving the fluid from the right armpit to the left armpit. And again, we see the arrow so you know where to move it to. You're going to keep your hand with your fingers together, and you want to try to use your whole hand. So you're going to start and again, gently pump across from the right armpit to the left armpit. Again, I'm doing this over my clothes. It's best to do it skin on skin. You'll definitely feel a difference. It'll give you the best outcomes. So some people find that it's most comfortable to do the push or pump across. Other people may find that it's easier and more comfortable to pull it across. That's fine to do as well. And even more, some people might feel it's more comfortable to use both hands. So pulling across and then finishing with the pushing. So we're going to do that 5 to 8 times. Okay, so again, we want nice, slow, we're moving that fluid across. Okay, we'll do one more after this. Really starting to move that fluid. Very good. All right, now it's time to move it down to the right groin. Right, so you're going to be taking your hand, your left hand, placing it at the right armpit, and you're going to be doing those same pumps all the way down to the right groin. Okay, so we're going to do that 5 to 8 times. And this is really helping to start to move that fluid. We're decongesting this trunk. If you think about the highway system, right? If you're stuck in traffic, you can't get off the highway until the people in front of you get off, which is why this part is so important to help the arm. So we're going to keep moving. If you have swelling on the side of your trunk here, or if you have swelling in the breast, you can spend extra time along the trunk here as you move that down. Okay, so do this 2 more times. We're just moving that fluid down. Again, I'm doing it over my shirt. Please do it on your skin. If you have lymphedema, this is going to be the best way to do it, is getting it directly skin on skin. Last time down. Very good. Now it's finally time to go to the shoulder and the arm. If your arm is really heavy or you have weakness in the arm, instead of just holding your arm to do this massage, you can always rest it on a countertop or on a table or a sturdy surface, and you can still do the massage with it resting on that sturdy surface. All right, so you're going to take your whole left hand, place it at your shoulder, fingers are close together, and you're going to do circles at the top of the shoulder. If you're able to, get all the way to the back of the shoulder. And think of this like the on-ramp to the main highway of the trunk. Okay, so we've got this 5 to 8 times. Nice, easy pressure. We'll do that one more time. All right, so just as a reminder, for the arm, we're going to be working from the upper arm, lower arm, hand, and then working our way back up, okay? So with the upper arm, you can see this first arrow here. You're going to take your hand, fingers are together. You're going to start at the elbow and you're going to gently move it up. So we're going to pump, 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 all the way up to the shoulder. So this is 2. Now, even though everything that we're doing is 5 to 8 times, you can certainly spend additional time wherever you have extra swelling, okay? I may even spend 10 to 15 minutes on a particular area for somebody in the clinic who has a lot of extra swelling in a particular area. If you have fibrosis, you can also give deeper pressure as you do the massage to help kind of break up that fibrosis and help to get that fluid moving better. Otherwise, you really don't need that much pressure as you're doing this massage. Next, we want to get the inside of the arm. So following this arrow, we're going to be bringing that fluid up. So that's 1, 2, and again, you can spend extra time here. Fluid likes to pocket in this lower area, so you may find that you want to spend extra time to really get that fluid moving up and out of the way. Okay, so again, if your arm is starting to get tired, you can kind of rest it on your head. That can also help with the gravity moving to help that fluid move down. Or you can always rest it on a countertop or sturdy surface. Okay, so we'll do that 2 more times. Moving that fluid up and out of that arm. Be intentional with your movements. You shouldn't be just trying to get this done quickly. Okay, be intentional and slow with that massage. So onto the elbow, we are going to do circles at the elbow. Again, we're going to do 5 to 8 of those. We're going to do 3, 4, 5. You can also do more of a sweeping here, or if you have extra swelling, spend extra time here. Do extra work at that elbow. We're also going to work on the inner part and the crease of the elbow. All right, so we're gonna do that 5 to 8 times. Fluid likes to pocket here as well. Something interesting about the elbow is you have a bottleneck with those lymphatic vessels. So bottleneck meaning it goes from this to this. So think about when you're on the highway, there's traffic, and then you have to go from 3 lanes to 2 lanes to 1 lane, and you get backed up there. That's why a lot of people have a lot of increased swelling in this area from that bottleneck. So you can spend extra time here, really get that fluid moving. And then we can move down to the forearm. So at the forearm, again, we see the arrow moving it up. So you're gonna take your hand, again, we wanna make sure that your fingers are closed together versus open. That's gonna make sure you cover more surface area. And you're going to sweep up, just like everything else we've been doing, 5 to 8 times. So this is 2, 3. Make sure if you do have more swelling or if you have fibrosis, spend extra time here. Give that area a little TLC. Okay, we'll do this a couple more times. You can also do this with your hand up like that. So that's again gonna help with gravity. You can also rest it because it might be getting tired by now. We'll do one more here. All right, so now we're moving to the forearm. You can have it up like this, you can have it straight out, resting, but whatever position you have it in, we are bringing that fluid up, okay? So we're bringing it out of that lower part of the arm. 5 to 8 times, this is number 3. And again, spend extra time where you need it. If you need to, if you're doing this, your massage along with this video, pause the video, spend extra time there, okay? This is just a basic routine to help get that lymphatic fluid moving. All right, we'll do that 2 more times. Getting that fluid out of there. And then after the forearm, then we are going to the hand. For the hand, you can have it pointing straight up to, again, help with the gravity, to help with moving that fluid. And you're going to take your hand and your fingers on the top part of your hand and your thumb on the palm side of your hand, and you're going to move that fluid down. Once we finish the hand, then we go to the fingers. So ideally, when you massage your fingers, you do each finger individually. Okay, so I'm kind of grasping my fingers in this position, and then that way you can get all parts of your finger. So same thing, we're going to do this 5 to 8 times for each finger. And just like with everywhere else, if you have more swelling or fibrosis at your fingers, spend extra time there. If it's too difficult to do one finger at a time, use your hand position like you did for your hand and massage your fingers, massage the front and the back using your fingers and your thumb. Okay. Otherwise, we'll keep going finger by finger. Okay. If you have swelling in your fingers, that can make it challenging to do daily activities. So it's really important that you really work on getting that fluid out of your fingers. Okay. Again, if you feel like your arm is getting tired as you do this, you can always rest it. But otherwise, the more that you can have it facing up with gravity helping get that fluid out, the better. Okay, got the index finger. That's 3, 4, and 5. And then we've got, last but not least, the thumb. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now that we've gotten all the way down, now we gotta go all the way back up. But the difference is, instead of doing it 5 to 8 times like we did on the way down, now you just need to do it like 3 to 5 times. This is just the way of, yes, this is the direction you need to move fluid. This is getting it the rest of the way up. So we start at the fingers and the hand, so you can do just that general movement, or you can do each finger individually. If you have extra swelling in your fingers, I would advise to do each finger individually. If you don't have a lot of swelling or you have trouble doing that, then just do it for the whole hand. Make sure you get the thumb too. Okay, once we've got the fingers, we've got the hand, then we go up the forearm. So we've got 1, 2, and 3. And then we've got the forearm on the front. We've got 1, 2, 3. We've got the elbow. And then we've got the inner part of the elbow. We've got the inner arm. So we've got that 1, 2, and 3. Really getting that out. Spend extra time if you need it. For the upper arm, we're bringing that up. Okay, so there's 1, 2, and 3. Again, make sure you get that whole arm. Then we've got the shoulder. We've got 1, 2, 3. All right, now we're going to move it across the chest. So we've got that pumping 3 times or pulling 3 times. And then moving down to the groin 3 times, 3 to 5 times. We'll do that once more. Now, the very last thing, don't forget about the breathing. So, hands on your belly. Let's go ahead and do 3 big, deep belly breaths. A little bit of pressure as you do that. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Pressure at the belly button. Let's do 2 more. Breathe in. And 1 more. Breathe in. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that this video was helpful. If it was helpful for you, please like and subscribe for more videos on how to manage your lymphedema.